Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well. I know it's difficult for most of us. This is something that's going to take long, but please try to keep yourself safe and follow the rules by distancing, wearing masks whenever possible, and washing your hands. And the most important thing is take care of each other and check on your friends, families, or relatives who live by themselves, because this is the most time they need you. Most people have food, but they're lonely and they need someone to talk to. So please, if you know that somebody, check on them. In today's video, I'm going to talk about 5 main things women or girls are tired of hearing. The first thing is about beauty. Yeah, women or girls are tired of hearing they're too dark or they're too light or they're fat or they're slim, wherever. However they look is how God created them. If someone is too dark, that's how God created them. If someone is too light, if someone is too light, that's how God created them. If someone is fat, that's how God created them, or that's what happened, or that's how they love themselves. If they're slim, that's how God created them, or that's how they want to look. So please stop telling us women, girls. I'm telling girls because we are most of the things from our fellow girls or women. So please stop that. If you think you look beautiful or your body is perfect, good for you. But nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. Every one of us has their flaws. If someone is dark, that's how God created them. It's not that if they want to change, there are creams, there's everything that can lighten them. But that's how they want to look. Not everyone wants to be dark, not everyone wants to be light, and vice versa. But you can't change that. Some things you can't even change. If you're born light, there's no way you can change yourself dark. Embrace it. If you're born dark, there are ways, but embrace it. That's the color God gave you. And if you want to change, do you. But don't do it for anybody. I know most of us do it for people, especially men. But remember one thing, we don't put a lot of pressure on men. So why change? Remember, girl, especially you young girls, not every man wants a light-skinned girl or dark-skinned girl. There's someone for everyone. If your Mr. Right hasn't arrived, it's in God's plans. But don't go and change thinking it's because of your color. Don't change because you think it's because of your shape. Men want different men want different things in women. If you want to change, do it for you. I repeat this, do it for you. If you do it for people, you're just wasting time. The world doesn't appreciate. We don't appreciate. Imagine meeting someone, they want you light, you bleach yourself. Tomorrow it's over. You meet someone who wants you dark, you stop bleaching. It ends. You keep going back and forth. There's someone for everybody. Don't do anything. Don't change anything on your body for someone else. Do it for you. I'm going to talk mostly about dark skin because light-skinned is the one that's defined as beauty in most people, in most communities. You are beautiful. Black-skinned girl, you are beautiful. And don't change that. Don't change that melanin that God gave you. You are beautiful. Black is expensive. Do not change. If a man wants to go for light-skinned, God created them. If a man wants to go for a dark skin, they're there. Don't change for any person. Do not do it. If your heart tells you to do it, go for it. But don't do it for somebody else. I've had this myself a million times. Though you're beautiful, but if you were light skinned, you'd have been more beautiful. At my age, I've seen a lot of bleaching products. I know where they're found. I know where they're sold. I can afford them. I can use them without nobody stopping me. But I love my color. So please don't meet me and start telling me how beautiful I would be if I was light-skinned. If you think you're beautiful because you're light-skinned, good for you. Take a moment and double thank God for making you more beautiful. And about weight, some people are naturally born like that, or they've tried everything, or they have causes that makes them look fat, or I don't know if I'm using the right word, or slim. But they could be having healthy issues. And most of them just love the way they look. If someone has not come to you and asked for hope, just shut up. Say nothing. It's their bodies. It's their life. If you look at yourself and you think your body is perfect, good for you. And as I mentioned, nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. And you'll never find that perfect person. Never. Unless they're beautiful inside. That's the real beauty. This turns to ashes. This, if you burn or you end up in a car accident, this changes. But this stays the same. The next thing I'm tired of hearing is for single ladies. When are you getting married? Who are you to ask? Some people don't want to get married. I repeat it. Somebody will say everyone wants to be married. No. Not everybody wants to be married. Some people are born in abusive families and they've gone through hell, have tested what marriage is, and they don't want to get married. Some people have been in relationships that have made them never want to think of marriage again. Some people have their own reasons why they are not married yet, want to get married someday, but they're not ready. And sister, don't rush into marriage because of age, because of peer pressure. People will come to your wedding. They will enjoy drinks, food, dances. But when all that is done, it's just that when all that is done, it's just between the two of you, you and your husband. Whatever you go through is between you and your husband. Not the priest, not whoever marries you will keep visiting your home to check on you. No, they are done. Everyone on your wedding, you might invite millions of people, thousands of people, hundreds of people, and only a tenth of them check on you. So please, do not do anything out of peer pressure. Be mature enough to make your own decisions, because marriage is not a joke. It's fun to wear that wedding ring, but it's not a joke. This is something that's going to affect the rest of your life. Whether you stay in it or you divorce, it's going to affect you in one way or the other. So marry when you're ready. I repeat it, when your heart tells you, I'm ready. Not because your parents tell you, not because your neighbors tell you, not because of your friends, not because your friends tell you, not because of your relatives, not because of anybody, but your heart. I'm sure everyone who is married, most of them, those who are not under pressure, they did it when they felt they were ready. You can date someone for years and years, but you feel you're not ready. Marriage is not a joke. I repeat it, marriage is not a joke. So marry when you feel you're ready. By ready, you know you're going to face everything that comes, every good and bad that comes with marriage. Not all days are honeymoon. No, there are good and bad days. You get children, you might be blessed with children. Children will get sick. Your husband might get sick. Your wife might get sick. Wherever there's a lot, there'll be fights. There'll be that. Are you ready to face all that? Another thing before you think of marriage, I'm still advising this. I'm still telling you, young girls, fix yourself. Fix yourself. Sustain yourself first. Most marriages fail because we women, especially, even some men, but I'm talking about women, we have high hopes and expectations on our partners. If you don't love yourself, you want someone who will love you. No, self-love first. If someone loves you and you don't love yourself, no matter what they do, no matter what they say, it will sound like blah, 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 blah in your ears. If someone tells you you're beautiful and you don't feel it, you think they're just being hypocrites. They just want to make you happy. You won't even say thank you, or you might just say it without meaning it. So build self-love and don't go into a relationship with luggage. Everybody has their own luggage. Leave your luggage behind. Even in marriage, your partner will always support you. You will support each other. If you're thinking of doing something, your partner is there to support you. If it's a business, your partner will support you. If it's studies or whatever, your partner is going to support you. Is supposed to support you. If you have no plans for your life, nobody's going to make that plan for you. Nobody. Love yourself, find yourself, leave your luggage behind before you even start thinking of living with someone else. Addition to that, sister, make your own coin, however little it is. Make your own money. Most people are stuck in relationships, not because they still love the person, not because they can't leave the person, because of economy. Their men are their security. They wonder where they will do or how they will survive without them. Even if they go through torture, be abused, be cheated on, be whatever, they will just tolerate everything just to survive. So please, make your own coin. Make your own money. Even if your husband to be promises, men will promise heaven and earth when they're dating you. When you reach their homes, things change. Not everyone fulfills their promises. Another thing, you might marry someone who has enough money to look after the whole family and wants you to be a stay-home mom. That, yes, has to be from your heart, not from his wish. And make sure, I repeat, make sure he has a business that you can take over in case he dies. That's part of life. And you have knowledge about that business, so you can keep running it. Or you have joint account. So when he walks away or something happens, you're not stuck. Before you settle as a stay-home mom, make sure you have idea of this business, you know how it works, you know how to run it. Make sure you have money coming on your account. Make sure. In other words, when you're getting married, as I said, anything can happen. If you're blessed enough, you and your husband may last forever. Or if unfortunate, you might separate. But how is the situation when all this happens? Are you financially stable? So girls, I'm talking about girls, because if you're a woman, you've been there, you know how it is. And you can imagine, just imagine yourself having to beg for everything, from shoes, clothes, food, hair, pads, just like a small kid. No. Make a coin or make sure something is coming into your account. Another thing about marriage, if someone is your friend and has not told you they're searching and they want your help, that's not your business. That's not your business. If they're ready to date, they know where men are. Maybe they're not even praying for it. And if you're praying for it and your man hasn't come, God has not forgotten you. He knows how to do things in the right time. So that time has not yet come for you. Relax. And another thing, I don't understand how someone being single affects you. Unless they're staying in your house and occupying that room as a friend. Still, tell them you don't want to live with them, but don't force them to think of marriage or finding someone if they don't want to. And for you parents, stop forcing your daughters into marriage. Let them be ready, because you won't be there for them. I know that's every parent's wish, but you are not God. He has his own plans. How can you be tired of your own daughter? I'm still asking, if you're a parent here who forces their own daughter. You and their dad getting married and building a home is for the kids. So let them stay there. It's their house. It's their home. If you're tired of them, get out, because that's their home. They have no other home. But don't force them. These are the same girls you will force, and they'll go through hell. How happy are you as a parent? Seeing your child suffer, your own daughter, your own blood, suffering, being tortured, being abused, and the only thing you can tell them, that's marriage. No, I don't think a loving parent would see their kid being beaten, being mistreated, and let it be just because that's how marriage is. No. If I'm your daughter and you see all this happening and the only answer I hear is stay, that's what marriage is. We have to go for DNA. I need to know my real mom. I need to know my real dad. Because you're not my parents. You are mean parents. I know I'll get a lot of criticism on this video. Feel free to write whatever you want. Those are my thoughts. We are all mature. We all have different views. Feel free. Every criticism is okay as long as you're not mean. If you become mean to me, if you write bad things to hurt me, I'll block you. This is my channel. I will block you. So write whatever you want. You don't have to agree. You don't have to agree with me. I respect everyone's answer. As I always say, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So please feel free to write your thoughts about what I've said. This third point is for married women. Please, 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 I beg you, stop asking married women when they are having children. Please, I beg. Actually, of all points, this is one thing I really, really beg everyone to pay attention to. Never, ever, 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 ever ask a woman when they're having kids. I think this happens in our African cultures mostly. You got someone's wedding in January, you expect them to have their first child in October. Who are you to plan for a couple? First of all, leave that to the couple. They're the ones to plan for their families. Some want to work first. Some want to complete some studies. Some couples, as newlyweds, they want to have time to enjoy themselves before kids come in. Because when kids come, life changes. Things will never be the same. Never. Even if it's just one child. Kids take big part in a home. Actually, they take over. Even love between husband and wife changes. Kids take from mom and dad. So they just leave a little, which they will combine later. But kids take big part in a home. Economy-wise, things, kids cost. Kids cost from the day they are born to the day they die. Because even when they move and get their own children, they'll have grandchildren. But as long as they're staying home and not self-dependent, they cost a lot. A lot. A lot. Another main reason why I should not ask a couple, you don't know how much they've been trying. Some people have complications. Some people have gotten miscarriages. You can imagine asking someone when they're having kids and they had miscarriages. That really hurts them. Maybe they didn't want to tell you. They have rights for not telling you. So please don't ask. Don't ask anybody about when they're having kids. Some people have complications that they can never have kids. Some men are egoistic and want to keep their pride and don't want to tell their women they are the problem. But it's women who it's always women who are asked these questions. And then you hear from relatives. If she can't give you kids, divorce. If she can't you become nothing. You become totally nothing in the family until you've given them kids. It's God who gives kids. Maybe it's not time for them. Maybe God hasn't blessed them yet. Or they've been trying, as I said, and had miscarriages. Or they have one of them or both of them have complications, which they don't have to preach to the whole world. So please, never, ever, ever ask someone when they are having kids. Are you going to raise these kids for them? Are you the one raising these kids? You get one child, I'm the example. When are you having another child? Before asking for the second child, did you ask me to have even the first one? Are you the one who has taken care of the one I have? Is there anything you're contributing to the growth of this child? So please, leave us alone. No. And people have their plans. Some people, it's because that's the number of kids God has given them. And some people just want to have kids that they can afford. So please, if you feel you want more children, go make some yourselves. Another point is how we dress. And this comes mostly to single women. You're dressed like that, or you look like that, or your behavior is like that, or you do blah, 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 blah. You never get a man. I made this video in Kinyarwanda about wife material. What's a wife material? What's a wife material to you? Let me give you seconds to answer. Thank you. Wife material has no definition. Every man defines wife material personally. Some men can love you for beauty, to have beautiful kids. With some men, we marry women because they're smart, to have smart kids. Some men love women who are natural all over, no makeup, no extensions, no nothing. And some want women who are all slayed. I'm not talking about slay queens. Don't get me wrong, but well groomed. Some men will love you the way you are, even if you can't cook, even if you can't clean. But they have other characters they liked on you. Men are different and want different things. A wife material is not someone who can cook, clean, iron, knit for their men, call them kings and wherever. That's not a wife material to everybody. If that's what that man wants, that's a wife material to them. If you see someone dating a girl, stop commenting. That one is not a wife material. That one, she can't manage. Who told you looks manage homes? It's your heart. It's your heart that builds a home. Women are not slaves to do everything. Not every man wants a woman who will do everything. Cleaning, doing all that doesn't make you a wife material to everyone. If that's what your man wants, you're a wife material. If your man wants a hardworking woman, however she dresses or looks, that's a wife material for him. If someone has all workers that can do everything at home and just wants a woman to have fun with, that's a wife material for him. So that's individual. There's no definition for house material that fits everyone. So stop being nosy into people's relationships. Whatever the other person loved them for is none of your business. And stop judging people by looks. You just look at me, if you look at my hands, oh, can she even wash dishes? Oh, can she do that? Can she? I bet. And there's a lot of people who don't even wear makeup. They can't even put a puzzle together. So please stop judging. Makeup and hair is just accessories. It doesn't make you who you are. Not at all. By the end of the night, all this will be off. Or be the same Kado. So stop judging people by the looks. Judge by their behavior, but not by their looks. And even when it comes to behavior, that's what someone else maybe wants. Some men want crazy girls. We see all these girls whose lives are in nightclubs, slay queens, wherever, and they marry. That's the kind of house material their partner wanted. So please stop judging and mind your business. If you think, you feel you're a house material, bravo. But don't be nosy. Mind your own business. The last point comes to looks again. Get saved. You see how someone is dressed? They don't believe in God. They are not saved. What's saved? What does dressing or hair have to do with God? Everything women put on themselves just goes on the skin. On the bare skin. It doesn't enter their hearts and souls at all. If I wear a short skirt, it stops on my hips. It doesn't go all the way through and reaches my heart and my soul. No. So dress code and looks has nothing to do with knowing God. Of course, generally, there are some embarrassing clothes. In general, anyone shouldn't wear. And that's their right too. I'm not judging. I'm not God's assistant to judge. And please, let's stop being God's judges. This man can judge himself. This man can do all the work himself. Stop judging. Don't you have enough job? Don't you have enough going on in your own life to mind other people's businesses? What's being saved? If you've been stealing, if you've been cheating, if you've been prostituting, whatever bad thing that you've been doing and you stop it, you are saved. You don't need to go to a certain church to be saved. You don't need to stop being a Muslim and start going to another church to be saved. Being saved is being free from your bad behavior. Being saved is doing what God wants you to do. There's no religion, there's no single pastor, there's no single father or priest or whatever that will take someone to heaven. Nobody, I repeat it, nobody. You yourself, your heart and your action. And if you're wise enough, there's nothing someone will preach that you can't preach yourself. Yeah, it's good to go Bible study or listen to these fathers, blah, blah, blah. Be in a religion. But once you start changing from this religion to that, you are a lost sheep. You are a lost sheep. Bibles are written in poems. There's nobody who is talking to us that was there when those words were written and were explained to them so they can tell us. You go to a certain priest They read a verse, explain it to you, and it makes sense. You go to another one, they read same verse, say it differently, totally differently. They make sense. So how many times are you going to move from this church to that, from this to that, from this to that? My friend, the only thing you can pray for is God to keep you is God to keep you in one place. I believe I know we are all born in different religions, and it's not our choice. If you grow and you want to change, that's up to you. But changing from this to that, okay, let me say it like this. You're a Catholics, Protestants, Adventists, all these religions apart from Muslims. We are all Christians. We believe in one person, Jesus. Let me put it in our local language, because that's why that's why the biggest difference comes. From Yesu to Yesu. It's just S and Z, two letters that change, but they all mean one person. It's like potatoes. Whether you deep fry them, whether you mash them, whether you boil them, whichever way you prepare them, it still remains a potato. So no matter where you go, it's still Jesus. So where are you going? I'm a Catholic. If I was changed sincerely, I have to move from Catholic to Muslim. There I know I'm from Jesus to Muhammad. But as long as still Jesus, I'm not moving from Jesus to Jesus to Jesus to Jesus to Jesus. How many Jesuses are there? It's just confusion. I'm not saying you shouldn't do whatever you were going to do. Go wherever. But my friend, sometimes you're just bringing confusion in yourself. Imagine someone telling you this, the other one telling you that on the same verse. Some even pray in words we don't understand. Seriously. Why would I go to someone who will pray for me and I've not picked a word? Another thing with this words confusion, I'm just seeing, you go to a church, or no, you go to a church, and the only thing the pastor will tell you is money. Oh, God will make you rich. You'll get money. If you don't work, you won't get that money, my friend. And why money? Is that what God wants you? Is that all you want? If you want money, work hard. If you want someone to pray for you to make money, go to a magician. Take $100, they turn into millions. Go to our local voodoos. They will still do that. But a man of God is not supposed to just preach about money. Money. The same thing that's bringing problems in the world is the same thing we are going to be preached about. I'm not against all this, but don't tell people that because I don't go to those churches, I don't pray. Do you know where a temple is? Do you really know where your church is, where your real temple is? It's in your heart. Your church, your heart is your temple. Look at these days. It's going to take a year without going to church. Until praying, you can pray from anywhere. In your bedroom, in your kitchen, in your sofa, in your car driving, in the bus, wherever you are, you can pray and God listens to you because you are carrying the church with you, your heart. That's where your church is. Going to a certain church doesn't make someone saved. Not going to a certain church doesn't mean someone is not saved. There's a lot of people we judge by what they do, whether they're musicians or the way they dress, yet inside they're the most kind, giving, and caring people. They are doing what the so-called Christians are doing. You might be just a Christian who carries a Bible, goes to church every day, but outside church, you're not doing anything. You can't even help someone from falling. You can't even give your neighbor food. You hate people, and your work is to just sit and judge everyone passing by that they are not saved. That, my friend, itself is a sin, judging. You're not God. Let him do his work. He's not tired. It's not that he can't judge the whole world. He can. He made it. And he never asked you to be his assistant. So please, give people a break. I don't need to take my camera, start filming every time I pray just to prove to you. I don't need to take selfies. That's, by the way, back to that. It's so irrespectful to go to church in the middle of prayers and you start taking pictures. You're not even praying. You're just proving people. You're just proving to people that you go to church. When you're praying, you're doing it for you. You don't need to prove it to anybody. Prove it by your actions. Prove it by your behavior. Stop taking pictures in church. When you're a good Christian and you pray and you know it in your heart, that should be between you and God. Stop taking pictures during prayers. And thank you. We see you. Next time pray for us, oh. But no, we pray. But I don't need to call, hey, hello, I'm praying. Oh, I'm about to go to pray. Do you know what? Yesterday I prayed. It's about time to pray. I don't need to prove to anyone that I pray. At my age, I've survived a lot. I've seen a lot. I've gone through a lot. I mean a lot. You see me smiling, those who don't know me. I've gone through a lot. But it's my prayers that have helped me go through them. It's my prayers that have made me strong. If I wasn't praying, I wouldn't be here by now. So please stop telling us what to do. We are not all going to end in one church. God is not going to judge people by their churches. God doesn't care about what church you go to. There's no church or priest that will take you to heaven. It's you. I repeat it, it's you. I hope you find this video helpful. If you have any comments or something you want me to talk about, please DM me, those who have me on Facebook, or write in the comment section. As I said, feel free to comment wherever you want, as long as you don't write in a mean way, as long as you just don't want to hurt me. This woman you see here, I have words. If you say something bad, I might give you an answer that might make you regret why you were born. But I don't have time for that. I'm too old for that. I'm more calm. I'm better. I'm trying to be a better me. And I have no time for all this negativity. 2020 is enough to put us all in bad moods, so no negative vibes. Comment. You don't need to agree with me. As I mentioned earlier, it's not what you say, but how you say it. And please write in the comment what you're tired of hearing. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, take care of each other, and see you in my next one. Bye bye. Bisous.